Good evening, folks. I thought tonight we'd do a quick sort of Postbag type video for you. I got these two packages through the post today from AliExpress, and yeah, I just thought we'd show you what's inside them. So the first package is an electronics kit, and it's not one of my usual 50p quid kits. I've actually pushed the boat out this time for your viewing pleasure. I spent £4 and got this digital clock kit, and it utilises these sort of 3.5 centimetre high white LED 7-segment LED displays. Really nice looking kit. I've not opened it yet. I'm going to keep that for the video following this one. I'm going to do a build on it, but yeah, comes with a nice laser cut acrylic case. It's got temperature sensor and an LDR control for the an LDR based brightness control for the displays, so that when it's dark it'll presumably make it a bit dimmer, so as not to keep you awake if this is sitting in your bedside table or whatever. So yeah, hopefully that'll be quite interesting. We'll see that in the next video. But the main thing I want to talk to you about today, and the sort of Postbag thing, is going back to my Raspberry Pi 3 overview video when I said I was going to do a Commodore Amiga emulator, purely Commodore Amiga, nothing else. There's various distributions available for the Raspberry Pi, and my Model B Plus I've currently got RetroPie on it, which emulates Sega, Nintendo, PlayStation, Amiga, various different things. And of course, you know, when you're talking about SNES and stuff like that, you need a SNES type controller, and here is a SNES type controller. It's clearly a SNES clone, and yeah, this is £2 and 4p delivered here to the UK, and yeah, it's a really solid, nice controller, and it's obviously USB based, so that's going to be ideal for my RetroPie Raspberry Pi. But the Commodore Amiga didn't have all those buttons. There was various types of controllers, flight sticks, what do you call it, game pads, but the majority of users, including myself, used a good old mechanical micro-switched joystick. And you know, the reason for that is the Commodore Amiga computer range, their joystick port, if you want to call them that, was just a 9-pin D socket. So you had 9 pins, of which 8 were actually used. You'd up, down, left, right, button 1, button 2, ground, and plus 5 volts. I think it was pin 7, if my memory serves me right, that was not used. So by that explanation, you know, that controller I've just shown you, that's got you know, 10 or 12 buttons on it's not going to be of any use on an Amiga system. So what I want is a proper micro-switched retro joystick, exactly like the ones I used to use back in the late 80s, early 90s with my Amigas, and I indeed do have some of those joysticks. I've got a Zip Stick and a Competition Pro, and yeah, I want that original feel. I want it to be just like it was when I was playing, you know, all my various games back in the day. And Competition Pro, or Speedlink, which is a joystick manufacturer, I think they may be based in Germany, I'm not sure, but they did bring out a USB version of the Competition Pro, and one, they're really hard to get hold of. You can sometimes get them on Amazon or eBay for around £50, but the reviews of them are really bad. Apparently they're nothing like the originals. They're really, you really have to sort of force them to get the micro switches to actuate, and you know, like I say, I don't want it to be like that. I want it to be exactly like it was on my old computer with my old joystick. So I bought another joypad. I got this one, which is just a NES controller clone, and it's got, well, you know, directional, and it's got 2 fire buttons. Clearly it's got start and select as well, but we're not going to need those. But what I was thinking about doing was basically utilise the PCB inside this to convert one of my proper old school retro joysticks to USB. And when I tore it open and took the PCB out, I think that's going to be perfectly doable, because all we're going to have to do is chop this bit off here, chop this bit off here with the D-pad, leaving us with a small, relatively slim PCB, a few bits of Kynar wire onto the micro switches inside the joystick, tack them onto these traces here, bit of hot glue on there to secure them so that they don't pull off, and there we've converted a proper real joystick to USB, which is going to be exactly the same joystick as I used years and years ago. So I think that's fantastic. However, I'm not sure whether I want to do that, whether to modify an original joystick. So another option would be to exactly the same thing, tack on some wire onto here. Might not necessarily need to chop the board up, but the other end of the Kynar wire coming off the back of this, just going onto a 9-pin D socket and mount this in the enclosure. So I've then got the option of using the joystick on my original Amigas, of which I've got 5 or 6 sitting here in the workshop, some of them needing a bit of work done. Yeah, so I can use them on those original Amigas, or I can just plug it into this basically cheapo USB to Amiga joystick adapter, and just plug that straight into the Pi. So I'm not sure. I'd welcome your thoughts. Should I do it? Should I not? And yeah, we'll hopefully do a video on that at some point in the near future. Anyway, guys, yeah, like I say, welcome your comments on that. If you have any, if you're swaying either way, and yeah, if you enjoyed it, give us a thumbs up and subscribe if you wish. And I'll see you shortly for a video on that digital LED clock kit I just showed you. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.